Independent School, or in God's country. What does this mean to you?
You know, two of our candidates just talked about, the diversity in the community, and spirituality comes in many different forms from many different people and many different groups. And if you look at the symbol up there that says "in God's country," the reference is almost like paradise. I guess that would be the best analogy I could make. We have our little corner of the world that is unique. It's very special. It's very enjoyable. To live here, to raise a family here, to work here, for those of you, those that are fortunate to do so. So I think all-encompassing, it's a place where Oak Ridge residents can be at peace and just enjoy their life.
Thank you. And Roger, that same question.
Well, if you go out and talk to a lot of people, it's like I was when I was working. I traveled 48 of the 50 states and many cities. And I never found one out there that I would trade Oak Ridge for. And that's why I'm saying when I can come back and say, hey, Oak Ridge is in God's country. But what I mean by that is that Oak Ridge is special. It's a special place. It's special people that live here. And that's what I think it means.
Okay, thank you. Candidates, you can breathe a sigh of relief because that's all the questions we're going to be asking you this evening in the interest of time, and I hope the audience will feel the same way. I feel like we've covered a very broad base of questions. So at this point, I'm going to go into the wrap-up session, and each of you will have up to 2 minutes. And I'd just like to point out to the audience that they all had a rebuttal card, and they're all so nice and polite that there's nobody who used their rebuttal cards. Even though I told them they could do it nicely. So at this point, again, you can address anything that perhaps if you felt like you wanted to go on with an answer and time ran out, or just anything else that you want to point out. And in this case, Liz, I'm going to go with you, and then I'm going to go with Tony, and then Danny and Roger.
Okay. I'm back to the Oak Ridge Horse Show, folks. We tried to get in the park, and we gave them our specifications, and we need at least 15 acres to have a horse show. We need 9 of those acres for horse trailer parking and car parking. And we were offered the 3 beautiful open lots there on Linville Road, beside the sidewalk and beside the Linville Road, a paved road. Visualize one child on a horse getting loose and hitting Linville Road. We have to be back off of the main drag. We've got to be away from the roads to have a horse show. It's not safe. The community would be sued to guilt if we let something like that happen. The horse show has donated so much money to the community. We gave $40,000 to Guilford County to add the auditorium or gymnasium at Oak Ridge Elementary. We have donated so much money. This is what we do. We make the money and donate it. Oak Ridge Community Center is the operating committee that runs the horse show, among other things. We're the ones that donate the money. We give money for scholarship, college scholarships. We do it for the fire department. Any needs that are in the community that we're able to provide. We do $2,000 to the scouts, each scout troop this year. So the Oak Ridge Horse Show is in Oak Ridge to give back to Oak Ridge and all of the necessary things that we can afford to do for the community. We're not just to go looking for pretty horses.
I just wanted to sum up by saying that my goal as joining town council is to help preserve the history and the culture of the town, but to continue to think about the future so that we can best position Oak Ridge to take advantage of any opportunities as they arise. Triad and other cities joining us and making sure that we're best positioned to preserve all of the way of life that we have here that we so enjoy. I also want to continue to find ways to bring the community together, especially with our great event like the grand opening. How are other ways that we can do that, encourage involvement in the town, because I just know that people are going to enjoy seeing how their actions can really have a direct impact on their lives and the community at large.
I'd like to address something Liz said too, which I think is important. The Oak Ridge Horse Show does need to come back to Oak Ridge. And I've not been a part of the development of the park per se, or the conversation of the horse show. But one fact that I did find the other day is that there's 80 acres out there. So from an area standpoint, I think there's something to work with. From what I believe, I think there's 14 acres out of that 80 that has been developed into official sports fields. So the math just says, well, there's something to work with. So when you have groups that have different objectives, to me, if you look at where objectives are, there's usually a bunch of common ground in the middle. And I think going forward, if the groups just get together and have a better dialogue over what is possible, I think we'll have a better vision for all of the members of the community, horse show proponents or horse show proponents as well. As far as my personal wish for the town, I'd like to see it continue to grow, albeit slowly and measured, very much like we've been doing in the past. I think there's a very strong sense of family and community here, and I'd like to see the town council continue to foster that by running activities that just fosters that. I believe that I personally demonstrated the difference that getting involved in the community can make by any member of the community, and I'd like to have the opportunity to continue doing so, and that's why I'm running for town council. I believe that, again, I've demonstrated that difference, and if we can make Oak Ridge a place that keeps up with the world around it while maintaining its very unique character, that makes it a very special place of good friends, good family, and good neighbors. I appreciate everyone getting out there and voting on November 3rd.
I had a person ask me just a few days ago, have you been in Oak Ridge all your life? I said, not yet. But I will say this, that Oak Ridge has been part of my life for 77 years. And I'm not about to give it up and let it go in directions that it don't need to go. And I look at things now and I think, we've got probably somewhere close to 90 volunteers that work with the town council and work on these various committees and everything like that. This is what I would love to see coming up in my next term. I would love to see, we were talking about wanting things and wanting this. I would love to see volunteers come in and help us to study these things and put things together on paper, and maybe we can make some of these things like bringing the horse show back to Oak Ridge a reality. But, this has got to happen. And to me, I'm interested in listening to what the people have to say. So what I'm saying to you, if you got something on your mind, bring it to me. I'm willing to listen. And I'm willing to try to do something about it after you tell me. Thank you.
Candidates, again, thank you very much. I don't think that any of you are running for office to get wealthier. I don't think you're probably doing it for an ego boost. I don't think you're doing it because you just have more time on your hands than you know what to do with. So I know that you are doing it because you want to serve your town. I want to thank everybody who came tonight. A lot of you could have taken the easy route and just read about Northwest Observer, except this year we're actually going to just be able to put a very small amount